So today's video is very close to my heart. So back then in the early days, we started with making videos on how to start an Airbnb, how do you create your first listing, how will your first guest arrive. As hosting grows, sometimes the bookings will drop, sometimes there's no visibility, sometimes nobody is wanting that kind of price which you're providing, and sometimes there are a lot of bad reviews, sometimes the guests are complaining all the time. And then there is a standard question which all hosts, sir, I have a beautiful listing, my property is nice, but I'm not getting any book. So for that reason, this video is basically designed for people like you who are looking for answers. We are talking about our standard and golden tool, the VEB Audit and Analysis, a service which is taken by more than 350 plus hosts across India with a good strike rate of 95 to 98% with results. So now what I'll do is, with a live example, 2 properties being co-hosted by us, same host, similar kind of properties, 3 BHK apartments, but with a lot of dissimilarities. Before we move ahead, one important thing. If you want to be a successful and a profitable Airbnbpreneur, book a one-on-one consultancy call with our team. Link is below in the description. Now, let's continue the video. Let's name the property A1 and A2. So we had 2 listings, A1 and A2, same host, only difference, A1 was 5 months old, A2 was 2 months new property. The important data is the page views. Page views simply means how many people actually opened your listing page. More views, more exposure, higher chances of booking. Then the second one is first page search impressions. This is the most critical metrics. It shows how often your listing appeared on page 1 of search results on Airbnb. 90% of the bookings that come on Airbnb are from properties which are featuring on either page 1 or maximum page 2. You know, they say that thing, if you want to hide something from the world, put it on page 2 of Google or page 3 of Google. Exactly, that's how it works. The third important matrix is wish list additions. If guests save your listing, it means it appeals to them. High wish list, strong desirability. Simple example, when you go to buy a t-shirt, you want to buy a suit or X, Y, and Z. You choose a few. ये इसको side में कर देता है. And finally, it comes down to 4 t-shirts, and from that 4 t-shirts, you will choose 1 or 2. So those 4 are actually the wish list. So people analyze listings, people see listings and put a certain ones on the wish list. And from this wish list, there's going to be one winner. Is it you? And the king is the conversion rate. Of everyone who viewed it, how many actually booked? This is your true performance report card. So now, having understood the basic key matrix, let's dive into property A1 and A2 and do a comparison and see how data will clearly tell the real story. So let's go to listing A2 first. First page impressions, as you see, 10,020, total page views 1141, conversion rate 0.15%, wishlist additions 95. Older listing, first page impressions, that is the A1 listing, first page impressions only 982. Wow, 10 times less. First page views 1438. Even after less first page impressions, you see the page views are higher. The conversion rate 0.92, higher than A2. Wishlist additions exactly the same, 95. Same amenities, same owners, same photography, same price. But A1's visibility dropped by 90%. Why? Because of just 2 negative reviews. That is the impact of reviews. Just 2 bad reviews, your visibility goes down by 90%. Imagine, याद है वो dialogue, एक मच्छर, exactly. So what happened here? A1 property, the property which is old, got 2 bad reviews. Of course, there was problem. And the problem was simple. The owner of the property was new to hospitality. He was not able to detach from the property. He asked the clients to actually go ahead and clean the kitchen, and there were a lot of other issues. The primary host made mistakes. But after that, the property is still so beautiful. People want to view that. But one fallout, and Airbnb doesn't like you. So that is why the A2 property, which is getting all 5-star reviews, of course, because the host has made mistakes and learned from them and applied them to its second property. So of course you'll get all 5 stars, and Airbnb is loving that. So, a bad review never comes without a reason. There is never a bad guest. The only differential is expectations and deliverables do not match. Some people, what they do, they create their listing in such a way which is not actually honest. The first rule is be honest. Please showcase what honestly you are able to deliver. That is the golden thumb rule. To break it up, let's see basic common mistakes that a new Airbnb host will make while listing a property or while providing the services on Airbnb. Either it can be the listing overpromised, the experience under-delivered, photos didn't match the reality, cleanliness issues were there were communication gaps, and guest expectations weren't aligned. One thing please remember, and I always say to all people who are taking our consultancy calls, Indian audience, Indian customer is not worried about paying money. They are not looking for cheap prices. They are looking for value. Have you been able to deliver the value? I am ready to pay. But please ensure that you deliver the value which is promised. Indians like a bit extra, thoda sa aur. While I was talking to one of our hosts in Hyderabad, he said that, guests are coming to your home. It is my home. Now, when I am serving someone at my home, they are my guest, Atiti Devo Bhava. If I go a little, I stretch a bit, I offer them free ride from airport, a free wheelchair because they are actually disabled. But the whole idea is you might spend a lot of money, you might spend a lot of effort, you might spend a lot of time, but you have invested in that human. And once you are invested in that human emotion, this will pay back to you more than 10x, 20x, or even 100x. So now the learning. Data never lies. Your Airbnb analytics are actually like your health card, your report of your Airbnb listing. Every month, make a check. Are your page views rising or falling? Are your first page impressions stable or probably increasing or decreasing? Is your conversion rate consistent? Are wish lists increasing? These trends reveal whether your listing is healthy or needs some infusion, some work. And exactly that is what the Homestay Academy is doing by being your co-host. We are analyzing this data 24 hours and all the time to ensure that your listings VB score always remain high. The idea is not to promise you the star, not to promise you any metric. The idea is to be visible. Once you're visible, once you are engaging, bookability is a given. So coming down to summarizing your key takeaways, if you want your listing to stay on top, monitor your Airbnb analytics regularly, learn from your reviews, maintain accuracy, follow VEB principles. And if all this feels too technical, too overwhelming, don't bother. You might have seen this video, you might have understood a lot of things. So we at the Homestay Academy, we work on this data, we work on this. We have an experience of more than 10 years now into setting up Airbnbs, into running our own Airbnbs, and now helping more than 100 hosts across the world. So any problem, any doubt, don't bother. All technicalities can be sorted by meeting the right consultants, the right person. So what are you waiting for? Connect with our team and make your hosting journey more comfortable, more joyful, more bookable. And of course, having said that, if you find value in this video, we would love to experience your love. You can show that by liking and subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching.